Subject, Thomas Sawyer, a.k.a. Leatherface. Cause of death, decapitation. His head has been securely reattached to his body. The Frankenstein Monster and Mr. Sawyer both seem ready for the reanimation process. With your permission, Lord Dracula, we can begin. Like you even have to ask, Doctor. Begin. It's a success. He's alive. Lord Dracula, what should we do with him? Same as we did with all the others. Keep him here for a few days. Let him regain his memory. But then, after he remembers who he is, immediately send him back to his home in Texas. He's far too dangerous to stay here once he remembers what happened. Of course, Lord Dracula. I will see to it that it is my first priority.
Underneath the bridge, top has sprung a leak, and the animals I've trapped have all become my pets, and I'm living off of grass and the drippings from the ceiling. It's okay to eat fish, 'cause they don't have any feelings. Something in the way.
Session 1 with Cletus Kassidy, also known as the Carnage Killer. So, Mr. Kassidy, where'd you want to begin? What? No questions? No childhood traumas? You don't want me to look at the little ink blots? You're just gonna let me talk? That's new. Every psychiatrist that's talked to you has had a different diagnosis, going from schizophrenia, antisocial personality disorder. Some doctors don't even think you belong here. Personally, I think that's because they're all doing different tricks. But for me, to get a real diagnosis on you, Mr. Kassidy, I'd rather just let you tell me your side of it. No questions, no ink blots, no picking for answers. I just want to know what you remember. So, Cletus, if you can, tell me in your own words anything you want to. Aw, well, isn't that sweet? You're gonna let me tell my life story my way. Hell of a first date, right? So, where to begin? Ooh! This should be good. I'm gonna tell you about the first time I killed. I love telling doctors this. So, my dad, the big old Mr. Kassidy Sr., he was a drunk, and a very pissed off one at that. You see, little baby Cletus would just be sitting on the floor watching cartoons, and if he was pissed, or even just slightly more drunk than normal, he would turn off the TV and just start hitting me to let some anger out. Then one day, actually my 15th birthday, he came home, and I was expecting to be beaten up. I wasn't. It was my mom. My sweet mom. Sweetest woman I ever met. Only woman who ever showed me any love or kindness. And she was just sitting down and taking it. I tried to pull Dad off of her, but word of advice, if you want to pull someone off of someone, go for their waist and not their neck. Next thing I remember, Dad stopped moving. Mom seemed happy about it. She said, "Good boy, Cletus. He can't hurt anyone anymore." I wanted more, though. So, Grandma, just as bad as her son. So, pushed her ass down the stairs. First, Mom was disgusted by it, but eventually she came around to it. Finally, I had a 100% supportive family. It felt good. But it wasn't enough. I wanted more. I needed to understand death. And that is why I killed over 20 people. And that was what I learned. My life's purpose, my reason for being, was carnage. That's all I've ever wanted in this world. Pure carnage. After my mom lost a fight to cancer, it truly became my mission. I will honor my mother. I will bring carnage to this world. And that is a promise. So there you go, Doc. That's the life story of Cletus Kassidy. Judge me all you want, write it down, leave the room, have a quick cry in the bathroom, or even just forget this conversation ever happened. That's what most doctors do. But there's your answer. The whole story of Cletus Kassidy. Thank you, Cletus. You've really helped me understand you. Now, let's figure out a way to help you. So, what? No judging? No insults? No running away and kissing a crucifix? That man is the devil. None of that. Just, you want to help me? Yeah, I just want to help you, Cletus. See, what I think is... Actually, what I know is that your first kill was an accident. You never wanted to become this. Your need for carnage, it's completely accidental. And I think you have an addiction to killing. Similar to how people get addicted to alcohol or drugs. They just try it once and they get hooked. That's what happened to you with murder. You just accidentally did it once and you got hooked on it. But I'm gonna help you break that cycle, Cletus. I promise you. I'm gonna help you. Don't know how I'm gonna help anyone with that noise going off. Keep sending off the patients. Does it bother you, Cletus? No, not really. It's just the warden's little side project. But he disturbs me. Just something in his eyes. It looks dead. And believe me, I know what dead eyes look like, and you usually only see them in bodies. But he's still walking around. Anyway, that's just his little side project. No one knows what it is. I don't think anyone wants to know. But what I do know is that he goes down into the basement a lot. Tell you what, you really want to shut off that noise? Help all these patients? Why not just go down in the basement and see what it is? I mean, if something does go wrong, you could just blame it on me anyway. Relax. I won't be angry. Most doctors blame things on me anyway. No. I'm not gonna blame it on you. In case you haven't noticed, Cletus, I'm not like the other doctors here. I actually give a shit about you. if you really think that me going down into the basement and checking is going to help you and help the other inmates, then yeah, I'll do it. I want to help all of you. So, if what's really going on in the basement disturbs you, then I'm more than happy to go down and check what it is. See you in a minute. It'll only be about 5 minutes, I promise. Have a think about what else you want to talk to me about. I'll be back, I promise. Sometimes promises get broken, Doctor. Oh my God. What the hell? It's very rude to snoop around my projects, Doctor. I don't recall inviting you. What have you done? What have you been doing? I have found the secret to eliminate death. Thanks to our friend in there. Death is no longer a guarantee. You told me yourself, Doctor, you wish to help every patient in here. A large number of the patients in here, including your very own patient, will take lifetimes to help. But, thanks to this, we have all the time in the world. We have successfully eliminated death. But that's not where we're stopping. If my calculations are correct, soon we will find a way to eliminate weakness. Humanity can evolve, become immortal, become all-powerful. Finally, we are no longer limited to these shells of a body. Well, I never was. But I never thought it was fair that the sickness of humanity could continue to spread. Finally, death, a weakness, has been eliminated. And soon, all weakness, diseases, mental illnesses, lack of power, will all be eliminated. But unfortunately, Doctor, you've seen too much and you don't seem to agree with this. And you seem close with your patients. I can't risk any of them knowing about this before I'm ready for them to know. Especially not Mr. Kassidy. Dr. Griffin, please escort this lovely lady from this mortal plane. Of course, my lord. Oh, Warden. Hello. Wasn't expecting a visit from you today. So, what would the big man in charge want with me? Ooh, don't tell me. I stole a key and locked a patient in their cell too long and they died, or, I was eating lunch in the cafeteria and put my fork in someone's eye, or, I pushed another doctor down the stairs, or, I could keep going with this list. You know, I've been in trouble for a lot of things, but man's gotta have some fun in these situations. No, nothing like that. I just had a doctor in the basement, and as all patients and staff know, the basement is off limits to anyone who I say it is off limits to. Did you tell her to go and check what was down there? Because if you did, Cletus, this woman's blood is on your hands. Me? Tell that lovely lady to walk down to her death? Why would I do anything like that? I finally had a doctor who gave a shit about me. She said so herself. Finally, I had someone to talk to. You know, Cletus, if any other patient had done this, they would be dead. But seeing as it's you, and I need you alive, consider yourself lucky. You see, technically, I'm not allowed to tell you this until at least another 10 years, but you're part of a secret project. You just don't know it yet. But once that project is complete, you will be the most powerful man on the planet. You will be the most powerful monster on the planet. No longer just some serial killer. You will have all the power you would have wanted. In exchange, you help me find monsters for my army. So, interested in this project?